On Thursday, May 8th, President Yoweri Museveni, in his capacity as Commander-in-Chief, convened a meeting of Defense Council just a day after presiding over the High Command session on May 7th. In a statement issued thereafter, the President decried undemocratic tendencies, noting that such practices contradict the fundamental values of the national resistance movement. He condemned acts and use of inflammatory rhetoric, stressing that Ugandans must be allowed to exercise their political choices freely without intimidation or coercion. The President firmly rebuked politicians who employ threats and intimidation against citizens, directing security agencies to take immediate action against such conduct.
We want disciplined democracy, not hooliganism, not intimidating people, using bad language, because we want the people of Uganda to decide the way they want, not to be intimidated. But some of the political groups, we are making it a habit to intimidate people, to attack people, because they are of different political groups. Now that one is going to stop. The security agencies have discussed it, and it's going to stop. You must speak very well in public, together. Don't try to speak badly.
However, the President's remarks have drawn mixed reactions from political analysts and opposition figures. While some acknowledge that his address conveyed an important message, they criticized it for lacking transparency and clarity. Veteran politician Wasswa Lule notes that the President's tone and a series of recent high-level meetings may indicate underlying tensions within the military, suggesting that urgent internal matters could have prompted the address.
So for suddenly to call a meeting of the High Command and this council raises the question as to whether they requested for the meeting for themselves, because their image was being drawn into the mud.
He adds that the recent incidents during the Kawempe by-elections, particularly the beating of opposition supporters, journalists and reports of abductions, left many Ugandans disturbed, suggesting the President's remarks may have been an indirect response to the public outcry.
Reading of it is that, first of all, he's trying to allay concerns in the public about the government's commitment to human rights and democracy. And this is in view of recent developments in Kawempe North. You have recent incidents of abductions of politicians and their handlers.
On the other hand, Dr. John Paul Kasujja argued that the President was directly addressing the opposition, suggesting that the version of democracy he referred to mainly serves the interests of the NRM.
It was trying to pass that information actually to people in opposition, that all what you are doing would be taken to be illegal. And that's why you see he was talking about hooliganism.
He adds that while the ruling party often promotes democratic ideals, its actions frequently contradict its rhetoric.
So the president, I don't know what the president was meaning by that, by saying that democracy. Because we have seen so many incidences where the government of Uganda under President Museveni is violating the democratic principles right from the constitution.
Wasswa Lule further speculates that the President's strong tone and recent high-level meetings could be a veiled warning to senior military officers, possibly hinting at an impending shake-up. However, Dr. Kasujja dismissed that view, insisting the President is fully informed and rarely caught off guard.
He must be relating to that and trying to put a stop to the excesses within the security forces.
Personally, I doubt whether a president, anything can happen in this country concerning security that a president is ignorant about. And all these things of elections in Kawempe, the violence, all what is happening, abductions of people, I don't think the president is innocent about it.
Lule also suggested that the President's remarks could have been directed at opposition leaders who have recently clashed over the wave of machete attacks in Greater Masaka.
Is the admissions by senior opposition politicians to serious human rights shortcomings, particularly in Bukoma and Simbi. That was a confession, and of course the confession eases the pressure on the state for accountability.